Much for joining me back for part 2 of Sarah and Joey's beautiful wedding and film matching to the talented Sposto photo. And let's get started with this next one. So here I'm going to come in and lower my temperature just a little bit. I'm going to come in and go ahead and grab a loom at this point. Once I feel like things are pretty properly balanced, then I come in and make these adjustments. So I'll come in here, and now I want to bring the contrast down a little bit. See, there we go. And bring up my shadows just a tad, and then add in the saturation that we love. Film scans are actually very saturated for the most part, and depending on the film stock that you use, it can really change things and make things very saturated. So I always feel like filmmakers miss a little bit of saturation in their images, and this is a huge help by adding this in. Okay, so I'm feeling like the greens could be maybe a little bit more minty, so let's pull those up. Almost 200%, and then I'm going to bring my contrast down just a tad, and overall I think I feel pretty good about that. Let's just move this tint just a bit. Cool. Let's see the before and after. So much more film-like. The tones are just beautiful. Let's come into this one here. Just a really pretty signage. Okay, so this one is going to be a little bit tricky. I'm going to come in and first brighten this up. Let's see. Oops, I have the photo selected. Let me go ahead and select this. Okay, so I'm going to bring my saturation up a good amount, and my highlights are really starting to get blown out, so I'm actually going to bring my highlights down again. And then I'm going to come in and add a little bit of temperature, some tint. Now let's go in and grab a loom. And I think it feels good right about here. And then, let's see, I'm going to bring my contrast down and my saturation up a bit. Not a perfect match, but I actually feel like it's so much better than where it came from. Maybe we'll even bring this exposure up a little bit more. Here's the before and after. What a huge difference. It also can change too. You never know if the photographer shot this when the sun was peeking out a little bit more, and maybe we got to it when it was tucked behind a cloud. So don't beat yourself up too much if you can't get a perfect match. And this one, for example, I know that the photographer shot this on a different day. We shot this on the wedding day and she brought it home. And so lighting will probably be a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and come in here and add a little bit of color temperature, warm it up a bit. The tint, you don't really need much. I'm going to add some contrast, and now I'm going to go in and grab a loom. Let's try a loom boost actually. Okay, cool. I think that feels really good. Let's go ahead and turn down our highlights and bring up our saturation. I think that feels pretty close to hers. Let me go ahead and maybe bring our shadows up. You can always just like tweak and come around to it. Sometimes I come back to something, give my eyes a rest, and I think that feels good overall. All right, so here is the before and after on that one. Really beautiful, light and airy. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me, you guys. I hope you found this helpful. Please ask any questions that you have in our Facebook group, and I'll see you soon. Bye.